Hi everyone, today we're talking about picks. Okay, so there's actually quite a different range of different types of picks that you can use. Okay, this is your standard size, so they kind of look the same, but you'll notice that they actually come in different finishes, like smooth ones, rough ones, and there's different thicknesses too, so this one is quite thick and therefore quite firm, whereas this one is thinner and therefore more flexible, and there's a reason for that, which we will talk about. Okay, and you've also got some different size and different shape picks over here, a specialty pick. So we're going to talk about those too. So the first thing I'll talk about is the quality of your pick. This one is not a good quality pick. You can tell because if you touch the edge, it's quite sharp and quite rough. So that doesn't feel very nice to play with, and it doesn't sound very nice on your strings either. So if you have one of those, I suggest you just get rid of it. There's plenty of really good quality picks out there for you to use. Okay, so the difference between these two picks, like I was just showing you, is that this one is firmer and this one's more flexible. Generally speaking, the reason for that is that if you're playing lead guitar, so you're playing scales, you're playing a guitar solo, you're picking notes out, or you're playing a lead line, anything kind of like that, which I'll show you in a later video, you want to use generally a firmer pick for that. Whereas the more flexible ones are designed more for if you're strumming guitar, playing rhythm guitar, particularly on a steel string acoustic guitar. It's not a hard and fast rule, but that's generally what they're used for. So you can still use either pick either way. These ones are made out of nylon rather than plastic. So even though this one is 1mm thick, it's still got a bit of flex in it. So that's kind of like a good all-rounder. This one is again more flexible, as opposed to your standard picks which are made out of plastic. Ones like this, you'll get some picks that are designed to have a better grip, so that's quite good for holding onto your pick when you're playing. The downside is that that rough surface on there can be a little bit rough on your strings when you're playing, so it doesn't necessarily sound the best. These two are my favorites here. Okay, I'll give you a close up. These ones are really hard wearing. The type of plastic they use is really tough, and so they last a long time, which is really good. Okay, and this one in particular has like a really nice smooth action to it. It's really easy to play guitar with this one. This one's a little bit thicker, it's 1.4mm. This one here is a 2mm pick, so that's really thick. These ones are actually designed for playing bass, the bass guitar. Okay, there are some bass players who feel that it's maybe wrong to play the bass with a pick, but it really just depends on the style of music that you're playing. So usually bass players who are using a pick are usually playing hard rock or heavy metal or punk music, something that requires that, that stronger sound. These little guys here are jazz picks. You can see it actually says jazz on there. And these two are slightly different. So you can see they've got a different tip there. This one's got a sharper tip, that one's got a more rounded tip. So usually these are used for jazz, but I do know some rock guitarists who actually like the feel of the smaller pick. These ones are quite good because they've got a good grip on there with that writing, so it's easy to grip them and to keep playing. This type of pick, I don't personally use these ones, but I just find them a little bit too big and clumsy. But the purpose of them is you're actually getting 3 picks in one. So when one tip starts to wear down, you just move it around and keep going. So it's quite a good investment. This is called a thumb pick, and it's designed to just sit on your thumb, so you don't actually have to hold on to it, and you play like that. These are usually used for country music, generally speaking. And so there you have it, a range of different picks and why they are different. And in the next video I'm going to show you the best way to hold your pick when you're playing the guitar. See you next time.